Cowpet Bay East and Cowpet Bay West. These are actually two different COAs, but they're located in generally the same area, Cowpet Bay. On the east end of St. Thomas. Cowpet East and Cowpet West were built at approximately the same time. I believe it was the very early 1970s, like 72 and 73, I believe. And they're separated by another resort called Elysian Beach Resort. Actually, Cowpet Bay Beach Resort, which is also known as the Elysian. So that's located right between the two. They share one big beach. There are also two restaurants there. One is just for dinner, Caribbean fish market, excellent. The other is breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and is more of a beach type place with, tables with umbrellas and stuff, but pretty nice. Though these places are old, a lot of them have been renovated. Well, pretty much all of them have been renovated. Some of them, though, have even been renovated and now are really dated because of the age of these. So what are they good for? Honestly, they are probably great for everything. They're really good as a primary residence. They're great for second home ownership. A lot of the owners come down and they may spend 4 to 6 months in the condo and not even rent it out the rest of the time. Just leave, close it up, be done for the season, come back the next year. But long-term rentals and vacation rentals are both excellent at both Cowpet East and Cowpet West. Another advantage of the location is not just because it's at the beach and has restaurants right there. It's also walking distance from the Ritz-Carlton and walking distance from the St. Thomas Yacht Club. But it's also a very short drive to the town of Red Hook. In St. Thomas, the ferry to St. John, ferry to Tortola. So that's great. So what do these have in common and what do they have different? As I said, they were built approximately the same time and it's the same type of design. There's some slight differences between the two. Some of the 3-bedroom units may be on one level at one complex where they may have an upper 3rd bedroom at Cowpet East. They don't have any like that at Cowpet West. One of the big differences between those is the orientation. Cowpet Bay West, the decks face towards the prevalent breeze and towards the sunrise. Cowpet East, they do not face towards the breeze. Their doors generally face towards the general prevalent breeze, but it faces more towards the sunset. So in the afternoons at Cowpet West, if you're sitting out on your deck and you're taking in the view right there, you're going to be in the shade. Big advantage as far as that goes. Whereas at Cowpet East, you're going to be in the sun, so it can tend to get a lot hotter in the afternoon. Now, in the winter time, when it's cool out, maybe you want to be sitting in the sun. And maybe that's an advantage to Cowpet East at that time. But there's definitely a difference as far as that orientation. And I like Cowpet West in that if you've got your patio doors open and you just open your front door also, leave the screen door open, the breeze blows right through the whole room. You don't even need to worry about air conditioning. It's very, very comfortable. Okay, something in common. They both have upper and lower units. Each, there's really just one upper and one lower unit. Okay, so you've got even numbers on the upper and lower numbers are odd. Okay, so you can tell when you look at the number of unit that's for sale, whether it's an upper unit or lower unit. Now, they generally look the same. However, when doing renovations for an upper unit, you can get a taller ceiling. You can do vaulted ceilings in some of the place or a raised ceiling of some sort. So that gives you an advantage. Plus, you don't have people walking on top of you and you might hear somebody at the others. Generally, they're soundproofed okay. It's not bad. I haven't heard of a lot of big problems, but it is still an advantage. As I said, these are different COAs, so they're managed separately as well. They have a different COA for East as they do for West. Different manager, different employees, all that kind of stuff. They talk and they help each other in certain ways, but they are managed differently. Andy, who takes care of East, one of my favorite people on the island. He's awesome, but that's not taking anything away from Holly, who manages West either. She does a great job, in my opinion. They have generators, which is great for power outages. Both have held their value over the years very, very well. So I consider these a great investment. They're primarily 2-bedroom and 3-bedroom units. Almost all of them are. There are a couple of 4 bedrooms at Cowpet West, maybe just one or two. I'm not positive, like an over-under unit that's 4 bedrooms, but there are no 1 bedrooms at Cowpet. Because of that, the very lowest price you're probably going to find these days is about 400 grand. You're really lucky if you can find one for that. And it's usually going to be an almost original unit that needs to be completely renovated. And these can go up as high as $1 million. I sold a 3-bedroom at Cowpet West years ago. Very nice renovation for $940,000, I think it was. So I can see them trading over $1 million at some point. I'm not aware of any that have, but certainly they're hitting the 9s and a number of units in the 8s. There's also, both of them are laid out the same, but there are 2 different roads. Cowpet West has Windward and Leeward, and Cowpet East has Tearaway and Tracyway. That means an upper road and a lower road. The waterfront units themselves are going to be more desirable. That's Windward and Tracy. Whereas Terra and Leeward are the upper road, so you don't have direct waterfront, meaning when you're looking at the ocean, you're looking over somebody else's roof instead of directly over the water. So you have an advantage there. That's one of the differences you're going to see in pricing. One, whether it's an upper unit or lower unit can make a difference. 2, whether it's the upper road or lower road definitely makes a difference. The renovation, of course, makes a difference, but also where it is on the property. So let's take, for example, at West. If you're one of the higher numbers and you're closer to the center of the beach, that's less desirable because they're set further away from the water. Whereas once you hit, the 30s or so, maybe even the 40s, but getting down to the 20s and actually all the way over down to the lowest numbers, those are going to be more desirable because you're hanging right over the water instead of being set further back from the water where you don't even have much of a view if you're in one of the 50s numbers. So location will affect the view, and that makes a big difference. But in general, Cowpet Bay, excellent opportunity on St. Thomas, whether it's for a primary residence, second home, long-term rental, or short-term rental. You can keep them full a lot. They do very well, and I highly advise considering a purchase there. Thanks.